All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Medium Cool Show. Today, we travel back in time to the year 1970 because we're going to be talking about a little picture from the new Hollywood. You may have heard of it before. I'm not sure. The film we're going to be talking about today is Brewster McCloud, directed by the one and only Robert Altman. And it was written by this other guy who wrote the screenplay, but then when they were shooting it, Robert Altman was doing a lot of rewriting and shit, and the guy got pissed off by that, because apparently that's what he did a lot, was like rewrite things while they were shooting.
Oh yeah, he takes a lot of liberties in his films. I mean, they talked about this too in California Split. This guy was trying to get this script made forever, and then finally Robert Altman, he got it in his hands. It was like, oh, I want to make this. And the guy was like, oh my God, thank God. Someone actually wants to make this script. Mm-hmm. But people don't realize that when Robert Altman gets your script, it's it's not yours anymore. It's his movie now.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see that. I like this movie. There's a lot of things to like about it.
Yeah, it's a really different type of movie. It's really a goofy movie. Mm-hmm. They would never make this. This is such a weird movie that the concept is something I've never really seen before. It's really, the story is really good. It's just wacky as hell what's going on in the movie. You're just, when you start watching it, I was just thinking to myself, what's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on right now? What is happening, dude?
Yeah, there's a lot of dynamics you have to kind of untangle.
Yeah.
In the first half hour, you're like, what the fuck? Where's this story going?
Mm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing really in the story, I would say, that really pulls me in within the first half hour,
Yeah, because you don't know what's going on.
No, you're just kind of on a ride with him. You're kind of following Bud Cort, and you can already tell right off the bat, he's kind of this zany guy.
Mm.
You don't really know what's up with him, but I just love the way they set up this movie right off the bat with that doctor kind of dissecting bird habits.
Mm-hmm.
And bird culture,
mm-hmm.
Kind of intertwined with the story that we're seeing, and how, I don't know, you kind of just get a lot about human nature from when he's talking about birds,
Mm-hmm.
I think that was really cool. I like the way Robert Altman did that.
Yeah, exactly. We got Bud Cort, who's kind of playing the same kind of weird guy from Harold and Maude a few years later with Hal Ashby. That's definitely a new Hollywood masterpiece. But we have him coming off of MASH, which he did with Robert Altman as well. I think he plays a doctor, in that, right? Or a little assistant or something.
Yeah, he plays, because they're the doctors. I don't know who he plays, but he plays some little dude.
Yeah.
A little quirky guy on the camp.
Yeah, this is definitely, Brewster McCloud is probably the quirkiest Robert Altman movie I've seen. Yeah. I would say it's very, I'm sure Wes Anderson has seen this and just thinks to himself, wow, I wish I could do something like this. Because Harold and Maude and Bud Cort is just a quirky guy, kind of a Jason Schwartzman type, but he's just I think that's just maybe who he is, because he's kind of a little off, but also really smart and kind of has a lot to think about. And he's trying to build wings to fly, and he studies birds and he draws on birds, and he's living in this shelter at the Astrodome in Houston.
Yeah.
And he's just studying to build a wing machine, but every time he goes out into the world and he has a conflict with someone, they end up getting shot on by birds, and then they die.
Yeah.
And apparently they're getting strangled to death, but we never actually see any strangling happening.
No, we just know it's coming whenever they get pooped on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's coming, you know? But...
And then you have the cops investigating it. You have Shaft from San Francisco coming in, and then you have the Houston Police Department that's kind of they're kind of annoyed that he's there. They're like, why are you bringing in this guy from San Francisco?
Mm-hmm. They're like, you don't understand what we're doing here, even though they're really incompetent.
Mm-hmm.
You're still you kind of understand what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And then this other detective, it's definitely a parody of these 70s, hardcore, it's almost what's the fucking Steve McQueen San Francisco cop?
Bullet?
Yeah, it's almost like Bullet, dude.
Yeah.
He's almost like a Bullet parody, and he comes in with these like bright blue eyes and shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, he says, remember the guy who's doing the presentation, the professor's doing the presentation on birds says, "Oh, watch out for this particular." I don't know what bird he's talking about, but watch out for this bird that has blue eyes because they're a predator.
Yeah.
And then it cuts like to him, and his eyes I think go from brown to blue.
Yeah.
In that shot.
Yeah.
So you have them chasing Bud Cort's character, who is Brewster McCloud. Brewster McCloud is Bud Cort's character while he's kind of in the race to try to create these wings to fly before the cops find him.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the woman who plays Hot Lips. I forgot her name.
Yeah.
She's kind of his guardian angel and keeps him from getting out of trouble.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah, I don't really know what their relationship was because he says he lives alone. She's not his mother, but she's
she's not.
She's like a crazy bird woman too.
Yeah, she's just a guardian angel type of motherly figure that takes care of him, and she kind of plays the bandit to their Smokey because every time he's about to get caught up by the police, she's able to fend them off somehow every time, and then you get that cool chase that chase they have in the second half of it, which is really kind of interesting.
Yeah, she might be an angel. You're right, because like she has those scars on her back and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then we have Shelley. This is Shelley Duvall's first film.
Yeah,
and she does really. She's good in this movie too.
She's great. Yeah,
I think she has like good back and forth with Bud Cort, who's a virgin apparently. But all these women seem to really like him.
What do you mean apparently? He's totally a virgin.
He's a virgin. Yeah. According to the film.
Yeah, he's a fucking virgin. There's no question about that.
Yeah,
dude.
He's a virgin, but all these women, like all these hot women, want to have sex with him. They get really attracted to him.
Yeah,
and even his guardian angel, there's like some weird sexual tension there too.
Yeah,
when he hops in the bath and then she gets naked and then puts her hand in the tub.
I think she was just washing him.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But you don't see anything obviously. But apparently, so what's his deal anyway? Is he a psychotic or something?
Yeah, he's crazy. He's just crazy, but he really wants to fly. He's really interested in birds, and like I think genuinely, like he doesn't understand how crazy he is. You know, he's just really obsessed with like wanting to fly, and he's totally convinced. He's like, I can fly. He's been working out to be able to like flap these huge wings. But I don't know. It's just like about that like unattainable desire humankind has for like being able to fly, right? Like not like on a plane, but like actually himself fly.
Yeah.
And yeah, he kind of doesn't really like care about anything else in life other than that. And he goes about life as if like it's his for the taking in a way, but not like narcissistically, more like it is what it is, right? He steals a camera, he steals cars, he kills people, but like he's like genuinely all he really cares about is like flying.
Yeah.
Like finally does it at the end. And I love the ending too.
Yeah, the ending's great.
But yeah, just like I love like the downfall, and I think it's very Fellini at the end with the credits.
The circus, yeah.
Yeah, I did not expect that.
Yeah.
I was like, that was really good.
But he does that, you know how he does the credits where they don't say the text, it just says the names? Like it's just an audio. I think he does that in MASH too, and he does that in something else as well.
Yeah.
Where he's just saying the names of the actors and showing them on screen.
Yeah.
Also, I love the part where at the beginning where the guy rolls down that fucking street in a wheelchair. That show was so funny, dude.
Yeah, it was really funny. Yeah, I love that too. I like the opening scene too, like the opening credits where they're practicing in the stadium with the band, and that woman's singing, and she's like, "No, that was wrong, and then the credits start over.
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh, this is cool."
Yeah,
because like Robert Altman's like very creative and.
Yeah, that's experimental. Definitely a new Hollywood, like something that they wouldn't really be able to do anymore. It's just kind of this wacky little script that he was able to pull off. And that's kind of the genius of Robert Altman and his period, you know?
Yeah.
He shits on a lot of directors now, dude.
Yeah.
You know, just originality-wise. And
This is his follow-up to MASH, right?
Yeah. This is his second movie.
Which is interesting because I think they really expected a lot from him after MASH because MASH was such a huge hit, and this really dropped the ball. I think it was a flop.
Yeah, it got mixed reviews on initial, like for the contemporary reviews, but over time it's gotten up there more and more.
And then he came out with McCabe and Mrs. Miller.
Maybe the next year, yeah.
Yeah. I think it was the same year or something. Or maybe it came out the same year as MASH.
Yeah, I feel like we're the only kind of guys our age, I think, online that talk about Robert Altman as much as we do. I mean, imagine how many fucking we talk about him like so much on this channel. I think he's the director we've talked about the most on this channel, dude.
Yeah, rightfully so, dude. I love him. I think he's such a phenomenal director.
Yeah.
He's able to do so many movies, like so many different genres, you know? And he's also not a guy where he's like very protective of his image. Like he's like willing to take a swing. And if it misses, it misses, but he's gonna like do it his way no matter what. And I respect that so much. You know? Yeah,
and he definitely has the commentary in this one with the he was definitely a pothead, you know, because he has like those the joints that are just everywhere and everyone gets arrested for them and shit. Yeah. Also, we have Astroworld in this movie too.
Yeah.
Which is pretty sick.
Yeah.
And the original like Astroworld print and the Astrodome and all that.
I know, it was crazy to see. I was like, whoa, dude, that's fucking huge.
Yeah. And it's cool that this movie does take place in Texas and Houston instead of New York. I think originally it was supposed to be in New York City.
Oh, yeah.
Anyhow. Yeah. Have you guys seen Brewster McCloud? If you want us to talk about more Robert Altman or more new Hollywood pictures, make sure you leave a like so we know that. And comment what you want us to watch next from this era, because we've been putting out fucking new Hollywood fucking bangers on this channel right now, you know what I mean? So yeah, if you want us to talk about more of that, let us know. And thank you to all our Robert Altman fans out there.
Yeah, thank you. Peace. Like and subscribe.